Mr. Negrelli, what do you want to say?
Well, first and foremost, I want to apologize to my aunt and my uncle for violating their trust.
Well, isn't the problem that with that statement that you indicated that some of those coins were yours anyway, and beyond that, they owed you money that they never paid you, so you were just collecting what was owed to you.
I mean, it was a better way to go about it. Between my uncle and I, we've had our ups and downs with finances. I wasn't looking at it like I was breaking into his house to rob him. I was able to. I did making mistakes, and I mean, I wasn't planning on going there and robbing the guy. I lived with him.
Well, you broke in the back window.
No.
Well, who broke the window then?
It was a bicycle. I had an electric bike, an EB, an electric bicycle, and I leaned it up against the window a little too hard, and it broke the back window. I had a key. The doors were unlocked. We don't even lock the house up, so I would never have broken the window. I went into the front door. I needed a place to go, and I didn't have a cell phone, or else I would have called them. They were up at the islands, put in Bay for the weekend. I don't know, man. I made a couple bad decisions. Wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
You've been making bad decisions for 25 years. Why?
Well, we go back to 1999. That's when I was 18 years old. We went into, it's like this. It's like growing up with. I grew up with this guy, and his mom and dad sell the house, and he still had a key to the house. We went there and took a PlayStation. I don't know. I don't know. I've always.
You're doing the same things now that you were doing when you were 18.
No.
That's what you're telling me.
No, not.
No?
No, I mean. No.
In Willoughby, where you got the burglary charges and went to prison?
Right, that was in 99.
Right.
And now you're saying I'm doing the same thing. I'm not doing the same thing. That was raiding at people's homes that I had broke into at the time.
So you were breaking into people's houses that you didn't know?
When I was 18, I did, yes.
Okay. One of them with a firearm, right?
We stole.
Stole a gun?
Stole a gun, yes, sir.
Okay. So we're sent to prison. He let you out on judicial release, right?
Yes, sir.
And you violated a couple times. And eventually went back, right?
Yes, correct.
Between the burglary and when you went to prison, you got a trafficking in marijuana case.
Correct.
Felony. So you get out in 06. And you're playing around with drugs with cocaine again in 07. Trafficking in cocaine in 07. Go to prison for 2.5 years, get out in 10. Theft in 11. Assault in 12. Attempted trafficking offenses, so a felony down to a misdemeanor in 14. Drugs in Chardon in 14. Drug possession charges in Florida. Come back here, marijuana in 21. Failure to comply with the signal of a police officer in 23. A trespass in 24. June of 25, failure to comply in Ashtabula. June 7th. June 9th, criminal mischief. June 20th, obstructing official business in Berea. June 25th, burglary for which there's an active warrant. Is that correct?
Yes.
July 6th of 25, receiving stolen property in Ashtabula, active warrant. July 6th is when this one happens. You don't get arrested till August 13th. July 9th is when you get picked up in Fairview, and they take you while you're in custody to the St. John's West Shore Hospital, and you get up and leave. The problem is that you haven't changed in 25 years. What have you done different over the last 25 years? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, 2014 when I went to federal prison, it was for a box of bullets. The 27 bullets that were left in my house from a female. They were left in my house. I went to prison. They were trying to give me 15 years for prison for that.
How did they happen to find the box of bullets in your house?
They came in for a warrant.
For what?
Drugs.
Okay.
No drugs, you know.
They got a warrant to
I
search.
was living in Bracknell. I was in Bracknell. I was living in the condominiums right there, where above Americano. They smell weed in the building. They get a search warrant for the house. They come in. They find maybe a couple of joints in the house. They find 37 rounds of 9mm ammunition from Walmart. But since they were from Walmart, they were produced in Arkansas. He said they crossed state lines. He gave me, so I had to go to federal prison for that. So up until that time, I had not broke the law. I had not done anything. You know, I had a good job. I was doing well.
You had some trafficking offenses in Cuyahoga before that.
What year was this?
January 18th of 2014.
There was no trafficking.
Okay. Then Cindy, you gotta clean up your reports, because you reported to me what is an attempted trafficking offense, an M1 in common pleas court, which means it was a felony charge originally.
In 2014, when they found the weed in the house, they took me. It was no trafficking. It was just I had a bag of weed in the house.
I'm just telling you what the offense.
Okay.
First of all, you can tell me whatever you want. Okay. You're not very credible.
Right. But I wasn't trafficking. They came in for a search warrant. They found a bag of weed, found the bullets, went to prison, and I had a misdemeanor from that.
The DEA charge is date of incident is 5/16 of 14. Drug Enforcement Agency of Florida.
Okay, so, yeah, when they came in arrest warrant from Ohio, from the Sixth Circuit, they found weed in the house.
Why is an agency from Florida, Drug Enforcement Agency from Florida, chasing you in Bracknell?
Well, I got arrested January 17th. I came to court. The judge said, no charges, basically, pay the fines. I moved to Florida. I was on Florida for 5 months. They were outside my house. They arrested me. I had another warrant came out for felon in possession of ammunition from the Sixth Circuit. So Sixth Circuit put out.
Sixth Circuit? What do you mean the Sixth Circuit?
That's the state of Ohio, Northern District of Ohio. So Northern District of Ohio puts out a warrant for me for felon in possession of ammunition from January 17, 2014, which I went to court for. They never even brought up. So 5 months later, they put charges on me. The DEA arrested me at my house in Florida, bringing me back to Ohio, and that was that's what I went to federal prison for the box of ammunition.
Well, don't pretend like you didn't do anything before 14.
Well, no, I'm just saying, you know, I was doing good. I had a job. I had my own home. I had my own car. I paid all my bills. I had no issues.
But you've been using drugs on a consistent basis since you've been an adult, right? And before that, too. Right?
No, I went about 10 years without using.
When?
From 2010 to 2007 to 2000, almost 15, 8 years.
Well, you were in prison from 7 until 10.
Okay, so as soon as I got out of prison, I didn't use again.
Okay, then what are you doing stealing?
From
what are you doing with these assault charges?
Assault charges? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a friend of mine. We got in a fight.
Okay. Trouble finds you.
That got dropped, right?
No, it didn't get dropped. No, it didn't get dropped. You got 30 days in jail or 60 on home arrest, and we're put on probation. It didn't get dropped.
Oh, that was a fight between a friend and me.
So you just seem to be a horrible victim of circumstances.
No, I mean,
because everything I bring up, you got some excuse or explanation for.
oh, I'm just telling you what happened. I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm just explaining what happened.
What's been going on in the jail over here with you?
I haven't had any incidents.
You've had no incidents?
I had a double mattress I went to the hole for.
Maloney squaring off with your fists loaded against each other, waiting to fight before they got you.
Well, it was more. Well, basically, he's a screamer in the morning. And that's why everybody's telling him stop screaming, waking everybody up, and we just kind of squared up. And nothing happened. You know, I mean, sometimes in jail, your nerves get the best of you, man. I mean, nothing happened. I just want to get healthy. I want to get off these drugs.
What'd you do with what you stole from this house?
We got everything back
What did you sell?
at one point.
What's the story? I didn't get any victim impact statement.
Your Honor, they chose not to, we did speak to both victims. They chose not to ask for restitution or ask for a victim impact statement because they wanted to be finished with the situation. They have had a lot of stress trying to get money back from these items. I don't know, I was not the original prosecutor, I don't know every item that was returned. I know that over $5,000 worth of items were taken from the home, including jewelry, coins, and then ultimately the vehicle, as well as the electric bicycle.
Well, he's saying they got everything back.
That is not my understanding, Your Honor.
I mean, as far as I sold 1 point, I got everything back. I didn't sell not one thing of theirs.
Where'd you sell it?
At a pawn shop in Cleveland.
Which one?
I couldn't even tell you the name of the place. It was
How much you get for it?
$30,
How much was it worth?
$40,
40?
$40.
How do you know that?
I googled it.
Thought you didn't have a phone.
I didn't. I used a friend's phone. This was like days later.
If you got a drug problem, why didn't you go to treatment?
I don't know, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, I know. I know why you didn't go to treatment.
Why?
Because you didn't want to go to treatment. You wanted to use.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Where's the last place you worked?
I worked in Little Italy at the Italian market.
Doing what?
Just day to day, whatever she needed done, cleaning, stocking.
I have your last employment from 19 to 22 at Local 860.
That was my last long job I had in a career, labor for the union.
Or no, I'm sorry, the last one you had, it says a lobster pot from 23 to 25.
I was working with Chris over there. That was like part time.
Well, why weren't you working full-time?
I had no car to get there, no transportation, and my house was. I had nowhere to even go. I was living in Cleveland, living in there. I had nowhere to even go.
Well, why is that? Why is somebody who appears to have no physical disabilities unable to get a job so you can get someplace to live and get a car to drive to get to work?
I mean, I was working, you know, and I'm a good worker. I mean, I don't know. I didn't have a car to show up to
Why not?
because my license got suspended
For what?
for child support.
Why weren't you paying your child support?
Oh, because I didn't have any money.
Then where were you getting your drugs?
And
Huh?
time by time, I wasn't getting much.
Well, you were getting, it seems like you were getting a lot in the last half of this year. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had, a dozen offenses between June and when you finally got arrested. So how were you getting money for drugs?
Well, I don't even really know. I don't seem like I would spend a lot of money on drugs. I was smoking meth, and meth is like the cheapest drug you can possibly get.
Where were you getting that?
People helping me, people getting it. I have to get it for them. They give me some.
Who?
People, acquaintances that I don't even speak to anymore.
Like who?
Like Thomas, like
Thomas who?
Tonti,
Who else?
Ty,
Ty who?
Peterson. Different girls out. I don't even know their names half the time. They wanted that I could get you know what I mean? I could get it, and they paid for it.
Boy, aren't you lucky?
Pardon me?
I said, boy, aren't you lucky?
Yeah, right.
When's the last?
Our current suspensions are an indefinite suspension out of Ashtabula Western Court, a Parma municipal suspension that expires in July of 26, a Willoughby municipal suspension that is passed, and then the rest of these would be passed. So just those two.
So no indication of a child support suspension. Okay. So now you explain to me what I'm supposed to do with you at this point?
How I would hope you give me treatment. I just want to go. I want to just have a normal life, man. I really do. When I'm working, when I'm in a stable situation, I'm actually a really good person. You know, that's why my uncle gave me a key to his house. You know, people trust me. I spiraled, man. I want to get help. I want to get treatment. I want to get my life on track. I'm 45 years old.
Right.
I mean, that just is like getting ridiculous at this point.
I mean, it got ridiculous about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
You talk about your 8-year-old daughter being the most important thing to you, and she needs you.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that? What have you done that's a positive influence in her life in the last year?
Last year, I would go to daddy's dance with dad, or whatever.
Were you high when you were doing that?
No.
Okay, so the first thing you say on your written version is your daughter needs you.
I need her. Yeah, I mean, she does. You know, a daughter needs her father. I think it's a very important
Does she
bond.
need her father who's running around breaking into people's houses doing meth all the time?
No, it's ridiculous.
Right, it is ridiculous.
I agree.
It's ridiculous to say that at this point in your life, she needs you.
I need her.
Now, well, you may need her, but I mean,
All right.
for you're in no position to take care of her.
No.
You can't take care of yourself.
Affirm.
You've shown the complete inability from the time you turned 18 to take care of yourself. Because you like the life you were living. You liked running around, getting high and partying, working as little as possible. That was, you know,
Not really.
well, really, I mean, that's what the record shows.
Right.
Okay, you are who you have been. That's who you are.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can blow it off if you want, but
No, I don't want to blow it off.
until you decide you're going to be somebody else, you're going to be the same guy you are. Question is, you've been doing this for 25 years, so are you going to be 70 standing there with 25 more years of this shit behind you?
I hope not, Your Honor.
Yeah. So what's the ideal treatment for you?
Knowing I have to take a urine test alone is gonna, you know.
Well, that's not treatment. The urine test isn't treatment.
No, but knowing I have it over my head, I'm not going to use, obviously.
Well, it's not obvious to me.
Well,
Okay,
it's a matter,
because
you know.
we've run about a half dozen people in and out of here today on probation that we're using. Okay, so it's never obvious to me.
Yeah, right. That's facts.
So treatment, what treatment do you need to get your act together?
The drug treatment.
Okay, what is that? You've been sitting over here for 120 days now, right?
Correct.
So what have you been doing for 120 days?
What can I do?
Don't answer my question with a
Yeah,
question. I asked you what you've been doing for 120 days.
I work out. I stick to myself. I'm quiet.
So what plan have you developed in the last 120 days that you're going to utilize, you're going to execute to get your act together?
Well, I was hoping to go to treatment, get my license back, take care of these warrants,
Okay,
work 2 full-time jobs.
that's what you want to accomplish. How are you going to accomplish it?
How am I going to accomplish that?
Yeah. How are you going to accomplish
By
it?
staying sober.
Okay, how are you going to stay sober?
By just knowing that I'm 45 years old, man. I'm getting, you know, I'm not a kid. I'm just, it's affecting me more than it has any other time in my life.
All right, that doesn't answer the question. See,
So,
now you're the last guy over here that I asked these questions to this morning had been there 90 days and he had no clue,
right.
okay, what he was going to do. I can't believe you sat over there for 120. Now, 120 days isn't a big deal for you. You've been in prison for 2.5, 3 year stints, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so 120 is no big deal.
Yes, it is a big deal.
Big deal. Okay. So I'm a little concerned that you have no idea what you need to do so you can change the way you live.
Stay off of drugs and work.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Spend time with my family. Stay away from the negative influences.
So how are you going to stay off drugs?
By working, by spending time with my family, by accomplishing goals.
Why didn't you do those things before then? If that's the recipe, why didn't you do that before? Because your kids are what, 25,
One of them,
18, 17, and 8?
correct?
Okay. So what's the example you're setting for the 18 and 17-year-old right now?
Okay, not setting a good example. I know that for sure.
Right.
You know, this was not supposed to turn out like this. I had a whole bigger project in mind. You know, I was supposed to start a farm. So I had a whole project and everything just went to shit, man.
Well, because you let it go to shit.
Yeah, I do. I mean, you're
I mean,
right.
you're the architect of that shit you're in.
That's a fact. I can't argue that.
So my concern is, as you sit here now, and Mr. Matthews is requesting he actually has some sort of plan that he presented to me for you. You don't have a clue. You don't have a clue what you need. You tell me what you want.
What I need is
But you gotta, you tell me what you want, you tell me what you need, but you don't tell me how you're gonna do that. You're just
Like one day at
you're
a
going
time,
from
man.
here to over there without doing anything in between.
no. I'm doing one day at a time. I'm working a job. I'm working a program. I'm staying
What
sober.
program?
Yeah. I mean, I've never. You know, I'd like to try.
I know, you're not working a program. You're warehoused over here.
I'm saying that's my plan, though. I guess my plan.
You don't have a plan.
I do have a plan, Your Honor.
You have a goal, you don't have a plan.
Well, they help you execute your plan. They help you set things up a little bit.
But
I need a little bit of structure. I need a little bit of help. Sometimes prison's not always the answer.
well, prison on almost every occasion isn't the answer.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Well, if I were able to get in a program, they help you get structure, they help you get a job, they help you set up your Medicaid,
Hey, you gotta help you.
and I will help myself. But only thing I can do is do one day at a time, stay off the drugs. When I'm off drugs, I'm a totally different person.
And you should stay off drugs.
That's a fact. That's the plan.
Now, I'm gonna ask Ms. Contour in a minute what her recommendation is. What do you think it is?
What do I think her recommendation is?
Yeah,
I couldn't never. I don't have no idea.
take a wild guess.
I think it's treatment.
No, that you should go to prison.
I should go to prison.
And what do you think the probation department thinks?
I should go to prison.
You should go to prison.
Okay.
What else you want to tell me?
Man, I just hope that you give me a chance, and I won't use, and I won't be back in front of you again. I won't.
I could give you a chance. Okay, whether you use or not, I have nothing to do with. You're either going to use or you're not going to use. If I put you on probation,
Correct.
right? So don't put your failures on me.
No, I'm not trying to do
All
that.
right. Ms. Contour?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is recommending prison in this matter based on just a comment on something the defendant said. I took a look at the report further while I was sitting here, and the victims did get a significant amount of property back, mostly the coins. However, it does note specifically that the tennis bracelet that was taken from Mrs. Barr was not returned to them, as well as the vehicle, which was ultimately ruined when they got it back, which has been a lot of the issues with insurance. The main reason that we are recommending prison is that the relationship between the defendant and the victims facilitated this offense. And he said that before he was breaking into random people's houses, and I fail to see how this is better considering that they're his family. And the state that the home was left in is just disrespectful. There is evidence that he went through the window. There was trash left all around the home.
Well, there's no question he went through.
There was trash left in the home. There was orange juice left out on the counter, popsicle sticks on the floor, freezer left open. He comes into the house, disrespects the house, takes what's valuable to him, and then ultimately leaves in Mrs. Barr's vehicle. And they did not even get that back in one piece.
What did you do with the bike when you left with the car?
The bike was in the vehicle.
So you stuck the bike in a vehicle and stole the vehicle.
I was planning on returning the vehicle. And then the engine blows. I'm on the freeway.
Where were you going with the vehicle?
To go get my plan was to get a cell phone. Go get money and get a cell phone.
You were going to sell the car.
No, I was going to bring the car back.
Then
And Andrew,
Forget it. I'm hurting my head listening to this shit. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant also knew that he was not welcome in the home and that Mr. and Mrs. Barr were not going to be present by his own admission. They were not going to be home that weekend, and he saw that as an opportunity. He has a record for burglary, trafficking, multiple felonies, misdemeanors for failure to comply, trespass, theft, criminal mischief, active warrants in 5 different counties, a minimal employment history, no license. And it appears that he comes into people's lives, including his family, Mr. and Mrs. Barr, causes them a lot of financial harm, a lot of stress, which is what they've indicated to our office, left them to deal with it, and the state does not see anything that recommends him as a good candidate for community control, and so we would request that the court sentence him to prison. Thank you.
We place you on community control for 5 years. 180 days in jail with credit for 120. The last 30 days, you're going to be in the jail treatment program. You're going to complete it and follow all the recommendations. Then you're going to go to NeoCap. You're going to complete that program and follow all the recommendations. When you get out, you're going to go to either Lake House or Concord Pines, complete that program and follow the recommendations. After you leave there, you're going to go to a sober living facility for a minimum of 6 months. Complete that program. No drugs or alcohol with screens. You're going to get a mental health evaluation and follow the recommendations. You go to only 1 doctor, 1 dentist, and 1 pharmacy for prescription medication, if you're prescribed medication. Take it only as prescribed. Sign releases for probation, get full employment, get a valid driver's license. Pay the costs and supervision fees. Any other terms? Ms. Henley? You understand the terms?
can you say them? I went so fast. Like,
Okay, well, 180 days in jail,
all right,
with credit for the 120 you've served. 60 more days.
all right,
The last 30 of those, you're going to be in the jail treatment program. You're going to complete it and follow any of their recommendations. After you finish that program, you're going to NeoCap to complete that program. And you're going to follow those recommendations. And after you complete that, you're going to go to a halfway house at either Lake House or Concord Pines.
after that, it's gonna be
Finish that program.
It's like a year of programming.
And then you're going to go to a sober living facility for 6 months.
Am I able to live at my parents' house, or I have to go to
You're going to go to a sober living facility for a minimum of 6 months. Okay, so far, do you understand those terms? Now, your concern, your biggest concern seems to be you're counting up time. You're sitting there counting as we go along. 60 plus NeoCap
Yeah.
plus Concord Pine. You're counting. Your biggest concern is how much more time you're not going to be able to run around out there. That's your concern. You just told me for the last half hour that you want to stop living like this and get help.
Correct.
So I'm giving you the opportunity to get that help, and all you're concerned about is how many days, counting up months, that you're not going to be able to run around out there like you've been running around for 25 years. That's your concern. She was right. She was right. I should just send you to prison for about 6 years. Then you won't have to worry about it. You tell me what you want to do. See, all that stuff you told me is all bullshit.
No, it's not.
It is, because you're sitting there counting. Now I got to do 60 more. I got to do 4 months here. I got to do 5 months, 6. That's what your concern is. So listen, this is what I'm doing. You don't like it? You don't like it? First day of jail treatment, say, I'm not doing it. Then you'll come back here. Then you'll go to prison. I don't care what you do, okay? I don't care how you live your life. Aside from the fact that you're out there torturing people, and if you stub your toe, you'll go to prison.
All right.
Now, no drugs or alcohol with screens. Mental health evaluation. Follow the recommendations. You can go to only 1 doctor and 1 dentist and 1 pharmacy for medication, so you're not running around to different doctors getting pills. Take your medication as prescribed, sign releases, get a job full-time, get a license, pay the costs and fees. Now, any other questions about the terms?
No, sir.
You're off to a rousing start here. If you don't follow the terms, the state will file a motion to terminate your community control, and if I find you violated, I will send you to prison for 72 months. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Remaining charges are dismissed. Ms. Contour, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Matthews, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Now listen to me. You can, if you like the way you've been living your life for 25 years, have at it, okay? If you come back here again, you're not going to be running around for 5.5 years.